right about now. My gosh, these poppin' poppies are driving me freaking insane. The good news is, though, that if I Frozen Tundra, I might be looking at lethal here. Because he has 5 minions on the board. Alright, YOLO, if we roll a 1, we win. Let's go. This is going to grow by 10-10. It's disgusting. Thanks, Poppin' Poppies. I appreciate it. Can we roll a 1 here, please? This would be insanity. Making content for you guys is a full-time job, and it's only possible with your support. Click the link in the description to join my Patreon for access to exclusive streams, deep fry podcasts, private video calls, and more. What's going on, everybody? This is Fry. So today I'm going to be showing you this Brain Freeze deck that is specifically built to counter the toxic Ramp Rose deck that a lot of us have been seeing lately in ranked mode. I will show you quickly the deck that this is trying to counter. It's going to be a lot of ramp cards, including the newly buffed Sunshroom, into a lot of late game cards, specifically Brainana, which is going to kind of prevent you from using any tricks to remove any of the ramp cards from the board. It's also putting a threat on the board, Laser Beam, which is going to grow every single time you gain a sun that turn with the ramp. It's incredible. And of course the big finisher, Dragon. Now, the deck that we're doing today, we are doing with Brain Freeze for a number of reasons. The first of all, we have some pretty good answers for the early game ramp cards. The biggest one actually is Dog Walker. Dog Walker is, if you play this on the board on turn 1, they just can't play Sunshroom, and they can't even play Twin Sunflower the next turn. So this is just going to be a really, really strong answer. We also have the Cyborg Zombie, which will again prevent both the Twin Sunflower and the Sunny Urshroom, the 3-cost one with 3 health. And we also have Extinction Event for the Twin Sunflower for whatever they play. Another really good answer in case they do get away. You know, you're not always going to get exactly your perfect answers in the early game, but if they do get away with playing a Sunshroom and it grows to the Sunny Urshroom, you can really answer with Line Dancing Zombie. They can't even play something in front of the Sunny Urshroom to protect it because Line Dancing Zombie has the 3 damage strike through. Really key. We're also running Laser Base Alpha, which is going to be really useful at removing any of the ramp cards playing on the ground, plus the card that was played in front of it to protect it. So even if you have just a little Dog Walker or a Cheese Cutter and you play Laser Base Alpha, that will strike through and kill everything. That's the reason why I'm running in this deck Laser Base Alpha instead of usually with Brain Freeze. I prefer Area 22. It does add some extra attack. In this case, I'm really, again, just making sure that we have enough attack to... You're not always going to have enough attack and health on your minion with Area 22 to survive the shot from the big minion that they play in front of their ramp card. This will make sure you strike through and killing everything. Now, for the late game, the best answer to basically everything that Rose plays in the late game is Pogo, Yeti, and M.U.G. Pogo can bounce Dark Matter Dragon for you. Play Pogo, just Laser Beam, it's just gone. And then, of course, you can reactivate that with the mixed up Gravedigger, adding some more tempo onto the board. Crow Yeti also, it just completely shuts down Laser Beam, shuts down Dragon, because none of those cards are attacking, and you're getting a lot of damage on the board, and they're getting nothing. Gargalith is a pretty good card, too, because it's very much immune to all of Rose's removal cards, the Godify and the Transmogrify, and stuff like that. As you notice, I am recording this offline. You don't see the Twitch chat over there. And the reason that I'm doing this is because this is a deck that is actually very easy to counter. The counters are very obviously just a tons of Gravebuster and Blockbuster. So I'm trying not to bump into Stream Snipers today. I really want to show you how this deck genuinely performs in ranked. Let's get right into the games. Hope you guys enjoy. And here we go. Cheese Cutter I'm running in the early game instead of Nibble. You could run Nibble. Cheese Cutter is just a little bit more of a proactive card that they kind of feel like they have to answer instead of developing their ramp. Honestly, if you play Cheese in the first game as Rose. Alright, a little bit of lore. I did stream this deck and we didn't face a single Rose. Coincidence? I think not. We are going to be set up with a really good both early game and mid game here. We're going to spam this. Doesn't really matter heights or not. But yeah, we're going to be playing 8 games of this offline, and I sort of decided, you know, I really was talking with my Discord community, which by the way you can join either for the lowest tier of Patreon or for subscribing on Twitch even one time. Gives you indefinite access to the Discord as long as you link your Twitch to the Discord within the first month. You can subscribe on Twitch anytime you want for free, because Amazon Prime gives a free month. It gives you a free month of Twitch Prime. He did go for this. See, this is really the opportunity where the line dancing zombie is going to come in handy. I hope we can pull this off and I can show you this really good answer immediately. How do I disguise the line dancing zombie the most? I guess I'll play it here. Okay, look, if Rose is running a ton of grave removal, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. Oh no. Alright, so Rose had a really, really good answer to the line dancing zombie, unfortunately. Let's see if we can make up for some lost time with this Pogo Mug. Really, Pogo Mug should hopefully will at least be able to take out the dragon that he's playing on turn 4, but bye dragon, see you later, and we're killing the twin sunflower for free, so that is amazing. I'm not sure why Rose didn't think about Pogo on turn 4 there, but anyway, let's go Mug. It's gotta be Mug here, right? Is there any reason to Yeti and then Mug next turn? I really want to stabilize, and the Yeti kind of ensures that this gets taken out. The Mug is also good next turn if he does have an answer. Well, alright, let's Yeti. Because really, if the Mug goes here and the Pogo ends up here, we're not going to even kill the ramp. This is more of a sure way of killing the ramp or killing this laser beam. He's trying to protect it, but it's just not working. He developed another one. So we're obviously freezing the 7-5. But again, we're killing this laser beam for free. So far, this is everything we've wanted the deck to do, with a small hiccup on turn 3 because he did have a Grave Flake. Rose typically is running a lot less Grave Flake. If this was a Wall Knight deck who was running a ton of blockbusters and grave removal, you know, this deck would not be as good into Wall Knight. It is specifically targeting Rose. I am going to go Mug here, and we'll be able to bounce that dragon again. We can freeze something. And if the Pogo ends up in one of these two lanes, I'm just going to use Galvanize and finish that off instead of committing just Cheese Cutter here. I think this is better. I don't think he can even play dragon next turn, so there should be a good chance to set up the Gargolith for free. Let's just check our lanes real quick. It looks like we got him. And yeah, that dragon is just exceedingly sad. I guess we're just bouncing the dragon here. I wish I could kill the dragon so we can't replay it later, but nope, we have no way of killing it, so let's just kill all the ramp. I guess the one that I'm buffing right now is the Pogo. Why not take the free damage? We're never going to be able to use Galvanize to fix a trade against a dragon later anyway. Okay. I think it's going to be Gargolith here. This is the good turn. We're really starting on turn 8 against that dragon. We want to be able to play Pogo and Yeti basically every single turn. This is also draining his block meter, so this is really, really strong. He is also clearing a lane, which is I'm so happy. I wasn't going to have any lane space, but now that he's killing Pogo, that actually helps me, because we're just going to set up another Pogo next turn probably. Or a dragon, doesn't matter. Yeah, the stealing the block meter of the Gargolith is so huge here. Alright, so Rose is going to get one here. Oh no, he didn't even get Godify. Okay, so opts to, instead of freezing these, he's growing the Yeti, by the way. But opts to keep these unfrozen and just keep a Brainan on the board. I don't know what that's about. So it's either going to be Pogo or Yeti. Pogo's got to be better here. Even Line Dancing Zombie is really, really good. But yeah, any lanes 1 through 3 wins, so just clearing the lane with Pogo is going to be better than freezing something for sure. And that should do it. All right, guys. I mean, you could not have a more perfect example first game than exactly that. That was incredible. Yes, I'm so happy. All right, awesome. We didn't have a single game like that the entire time. Okay, so there are Guardian heroes now. We're seeing a Citron now, and again, the Guardian, I think the way the meta really has developed the last couple weeks since the Sunny Shroom has become meta. The way it's kind of gone. I'm gonna look for a late game card. All right, we got 2 lasers. That's our life. The way it's kind of gone is I think like the meta first was Ramp. Rose and Chompzilla are the strongest ones, but those are two heroes that are really weak to gravestones, to Pogo and M.U.G and stuff. I think people are running a little more gravestones. They're also running Flag Zombie for some reason. I'm going to experiment more with that later. This should have actually gone here. Yeah, I messed that up. I think the dog goes in 3. Very slight consideration to put this one. So this is the cyborg. The one on the left is always hunting. So I should have given options. Do I want the dog to be hunting this turn or the cyborg? Doesn't really matter because he can just play in whatever lane he wants. Alright, Citron just drew a complete blank first 2 turns, so that gives us actually a lot of tempo and kind of lets us set up a laser-based alpha for free here, which is really nice to be sticking your Yetis and your Gargoliths in later. Besides for the ability to just make a free trade. We also have Extinction Event, which is awesome. This looks like it's about to turn out really, really well. Hell yeah, alright, so it's laser-based alpha. Easy play. For some reason, bro decided to drag that to the ground. Now, the opponent could block and actually get a superpower to protect this. No! Alright, so a lucky break for us there. Awesome. Yep, so I have recorded a couple of videos like this offline. I'm talking directly to my YouTube audience right now instead of paying attention. And, you know, it's been a mixed reaction. Some people say that, no, the Twitch chat makes it so much more exciting. A lot of people think that I'm able to concentrate a lot better on the game and kind of just give a much more fluid and clear commentary when I am not live. I'm only recording this offline. And I think really what I'm going to end up doing realistically is just doing a mix of both of them. I honestly don't. I was thinking of setting up a second laser. I probably should save it anyway for when he covers this environment. The other thing is also the Spyrus actually gets a lot of value here from him knowing which gravestone. So for the reason of not being redundant, keeping our 3-2 alive, which is value, and also not having to deal with Spyrus information, I think we're just going to go gravestone. Yeah, so the videos I'm going to record offline are going to be like the important meta videos like this one. This is, I consider, again, we're getting hit by a Gravebuster. I feel so good about this because this is not a sniper. We don't know. It's not someone picking Guardian because we're playing Yeti M.U.G. This is just a really authentic, it both for not to ruin the stream, not to let snipers ruin the stream, but also to just really make sure I'm kind of representing what the real authentic experience is here in ranked. I think it is. I'm going to actually try to draw out one more piece of grave removal by doing this. I know it looks like at maximum a Pogo could be a Tomb Raiser, and that's really good. So we're drawing it out with that's really good. We're running some a little cheaper with Lion Dancing Zombie, a little cheaper gravestone. Love to see it. All right, so he's keeping his... Okay, people get confused which one. It's always the one, if you have 2 hunts on the board, the one on the left is always the one that hunts. So he really kind of just he kind of just wasted this unless he gets a team up here. Completely wasted. I don't think this is a good enough acid rain yet because this is not dying. We are gonna just Gargolith here. And hopefully he doesn't have any more grave removal. If he doesn't have another grave removal, Gargolith is gonna straight hit his face for 7 and win right now. So important videos I'll do offline, but like, you know, if there's like just a new creative deck that's also just hard to counter. This is a very easy deck to counter. But like a deck that's going to be much more difficult for snipers to be countering, or it's not, I guess it's sort of the same thing as saying it doesn't have super clear good matchups and bad matchups, and that's going to be guaranteed lethal. So those ones I'll do online. Also the RNG decks I'm going to do online. I think the 2, though, is going to be like the easy to counter meta decks and then budget decks. I think those are going to be the 2, and I do have a couple budget decks I'm really excited to show you. Just going to really start posting a lot of videos here over the next week or 2. Try to really solidify, show you guys the meta, show you guys some little creations, show you guys at least a budget deck or 2, and then maybe make a meta update, which we are due for since the... thing with the Forget-Me-Nuts and the Primal Sunflower, those got buffed and then they got nerfed. Yep, but feel free to let me know how you enjoy this sort of format offline, but I think I've sort of landed on how I'm going to do offline and online. I also happen to be in the Philippines, which in certain areas, the area I'm actually staying doesn't have super consistent internet. So just having in mind that, you know, if we're having a day where it rains, usually when it rains, that's when the internet starts going kaput. Don't ask me why. Maybe because everyone's just indoors and on the online. Maybe that's the reason why. It's just like a load problem. But yeah, definitely on those days I can totally just record. Makes my life a lot easier. Makes me not have to make sure I have a fiber optic super awesome connection here while I'm in the Philippines. And yep, working out great. All right, let's focus on this game. Here's another Citron. So again, it is a Guardian. We are definitely living in a Solar and Guardian meta. I guess we always have, you know what I mean? Nothing's changed. We're seeing Triceratops today. I don't know what's up with that. The good news, I wouldn't want the line dancing to end up here anyway, so I'm going to play this. Not really worried about Spikeweed Sector these days. We do have Acid Rain in hand that can correct some problems on the ground. I'm going to be pogo mugging here and hoping he does not have blockbusters. That does nothing. We're not bouncing that. We are keeping the pogo alive for next turn. He also played it in lane 1, which means blockbuster less likely. The line dancing zombie always hunts the empty lane, so I'm definitely going to fill this lane if I mug. Ooh, maybe I should Yeti now, just top deck that. I think also in the interest of like removing the gray, yeah, let's just do this. It's a really good trade. Great Yeti. So what do we want to live? Do we want that lives? Do we do like there's his cards. Like, do I want my pogo or do I want my line dancing next turn? I think I want my pogo. The pogo is gonna mug big time. I love how the 3 damage the Yeti's taking is getting healed here by the mug. Love to see it. So we will have mixed up Gravedigger, Acid Rain. I think for that reason, it's likely we're gonna bounce the Triceratops, but I think now I'm kind of playing into Blockbuster in 1, but 5+ Acid Rain does do 6 damage here. Looks like we missed it anyway. There's the mandatory Gravebuster. It looks like we're going to be bouncing this Triceratops though for sure. I don't care about that. And looks like we could have developed the cheese cutter, oh well. Proc the block, we're set up for a pretty good finish here. Probably just gonna mug again, right? There's Yeti, it's really good. We sort of want, we'll always have a freeze or a bounce next turn regardless. Alright, so we'll just cheese trade here. It gives us some board space, free empty shot at his face next turn. There's Poppin' Poppies. The good news is that we have a... Oh my gosh, he conjured the synergy. Okay, that really hurt. Oh my gosh, this is so annoying. We do have the Acid Rain here, which is cool. The hell? I don't think I'd play around second Poppin' Poppies for next turn. Definitely not. The cool thing we can do here, though, is at least get 5 damage. And we'll just mug all of this next turn. He can't play Dragon or anything. Damn, that was such a strong turn 7 play. He got this from Photosynthesizer, so with the Artichoke on the board, did 6 damage to our face in 3 shots, blocked all these lanes. It was brutal. We do have to play on Dragon. If we play Gargoyle with any dragons, we kind of just lose. So this is definitely the turn that we mug. And now, you know, we just need 10 damage to his face. So unless he pulls another Poppin' Poppies out of his ass, we should be able to bounce 2 things and do 10 damage here. Let's see where our lanes are. But, yep. I don't know, we're only bouncing 1 thing. Okay, we're definitely not bouncing the Poppin' Poppies. I think I gotta get some damage here though, right? What am I freezing? I guess I'm bouncing lane 1. And we're freezing the one that does the most damage. We also would like this Pogo to die, so this trade is actually in our favor, so I can just develop Gargalith. That's awesome. You know, not being able to play a card here would be really, really bad. We are giving him the Burb. Maybe, I think we needed to bounce the 5 damage here, because that really sets up lethal. So, decision time. We really don't need the block meter drain, and I'm not worried about another heal. I'm pretty sure Yeti is better here. It's going to grow the other Yeti, prevent something like this. You know, I mean, if this freezes lane 1, we're in trouble, but it looks like he missed. But yeah, Gargalith would have gotten frozen here, so the Yeti is really the game-winning play. Love to see it, and we're 3-0 just like that. Hell yeah. When I'm not streaming, even the Guardian heroes are so much easier to play against. We have like when I'm live streaming, there's usually around 300 on Twitch, and then around, I mean, lately it's been between 500 and 600 on YouTube. And even if you have 10% of the people, you know, trying to, I'm streaming on a delay, but 10% of the people trying to stream snipe me, it means you have like 60 people, you know what I mean, at least, trying to time it out. It's really hard to dodge, you know. So yes, this is awesome. Okay, another Guardian here though. No, where's the roses? Come on. It looks like we do have to have Guardian in mind and Rose, and I am going to show you guys a deck, a Z-Mech deck, that actually seems to do well, both against Ramp and Guardian. I think this is a fine hand. We got the cheese going on 1. Again, not a really big difference between heights and ground. It used to be Spikeweed Sector. I'd always play this on heights against Spadal, but now it's like, you know, if he Spikeweed Sectors on 3, this cheese cutter is going to be dead by then. It doesn't matter. See, if we had Area 22, playing this on ground would be obvious, but it doesn't really. If he plays, he can always drag it to heights. If he doesn't play, the strike through here doesn't matter at all. I guess I'll play this on heights to disguise the fact I have an environment. Slight mind games. He did nothing. Love to see it. And even just this turn, even if he just plays on heights, being able to use this 3 brain here to just set up the laser base for future turns, it's worth it. And he played on the ground. Look at there, you know, there's these weird mind games you can play with your opponent with hunt minions. I played on heights, so I want it to be on heights, so then he's gonna drag it to the ground to make it. But anyway, I definitely wanted him to play on ground there. So hell yeah, I could have gone extinction there too. Yeah, no. You're setting up the laser base. There isn't a good time after you Yeti and then you know your Pogo, M.U.G, Gargalith, like until like turn 7. You don't really have a chance. So doing this on 3 is always awesome. So this answers Fig quite well. I don't necessarily want this to be in the laser base though. I really would like a Yeti or something or a Gargalith to park there. So I think I'm gonna just Pogo in the middle to make me able to play Gravestones, let's say, more on outer lanes, play around Blockbuster later. So we're playing it in the middle lane. Little slight considerations I guys can tell you about when I'm not trying to keep an eye on what fight is happening in the Twitch chat, and I don't even know what's happening there half the time. I think this is a good idea. Obviously empty board, but probably good at time as any. The Yeti, and let's see, you know, if he's out of grave removal first of all. And he most certainly is. So this is fine. This is a big play for him. We'll need to Pogo that or kill him. But we have a Yeti set up in a laser base alpha. We got freeze in hand, which by the way, Yeti is just so good in any brain freeze deck because this is really OP. This hits all 5 lanes now since January. We do get M.U.G too, which is awesome. The question is what to do. Are we going for freeze this turn or are we going for dog walker? Like, we'll have a freeze from the Yeti, so maybe we just freeze later. We need to freeze though. This is a big problem. So I think I'll just go for the freeze now. I really don't have any way of dealing with Buchanolith as brain freeze. We're sort of committing to freeze this. So if he doesn't do much, then we'll just freeze this and get away with the free damage. If he does, then I might be forced in a situation if he puts like another fig that I'll have to just frozen tundra here. A pogo would be really, really nice right about now. Oh my gosh. These poppin' poppies are driving me freaking insane. The good news is, though, that if I frozen tundra, I might be looking at lethal here. Because he has 5 minions on the board. Alright, YOLO, if we roll a 1, we win. Let's go. This is going to grow by 10-10. It's disgusting. Thanks, Poppin' Poppies. I appreciate it. Can we roll a 1 here, please? This would be insanity. Poppin' Poppies heals back up to 15, but then this happens. Come on. Come on, I want it. I want it. No. Next turn, if he doesn't have a removal card. He needs like Shamrocket, obviously nothing else in his entire game. Doomshroom. Okay. Okay. This is becoming absolute Cinnabon. Here's another Yeti. Why not? So Yeti Extinction Event looks fine. This is also the fig, so I'll do this in 1. I'm just trying to think of this being on the ground, but I guess this is never going to do more than 5. I really want to kill this fig before it starts turning into craziness. So we have this, and then we can Extinction Event the little buddies and kill the fig before it turns into Grapes of Wrath next turn. That is fine. We are seemingly hitting his face for 15 here, though. He knows if this is a pogo, he's dead. So we'll keep the mug alive, and we will extinction. These guys actually have 2 health, which is cool. We're hitting him for 17, actually. There was no way to make lethal here, no. All right, I'll take 17. Give me a line dancing zombie. But yes, this is the so the fig is dead. He'll hit us for 5. Our mug is alive with another strike through on board, so that's awesome. Should I have just gone for? Well, I guess I should have just gone for laser base there. I really thought he was gonna kill the guy with 15 attack, but the bro just had nothing, man. So we only need 2. I mean. Okay, the only reason not to play the 5-6 is Doomshroom, but if he had Doomshroom last turn, he always plays it. There's no way he 8-17. He could top deck Doomshroom. Good. If you do that, then great. If not, I'm just playing another threat here on the board. Molokale, so he's getting a 7 and a 6. Not very eventful there. And we got him with the basically in 1 shot from 1 Yeti shot. That was incredible. Didn't happen exactly the way we wanted it to, but it happened. So better late than never. Damn, that was crazy. Should I be the highlight intro? All right. Guardian. All right. It's the Guardian meta. You know what? I stand corrected. There is a lot of solar heroes, but it's clearly Guardian. I don't know why people are not running Sunnyshroom anymore. I guess I don't know. Maybe the meta is just I don't know, man. This deck's doing well against the Guardian heroes too, so. See, now I think I'm gonna play more on the ground to make it look like I have an environment. That guy who played on the ground and playing at the Area 22, that was kind of crazy. I think that's really where the game kind of really tilted in our favor. Alright, so we played a 1-drop that absorbed his ultimate. You know, at the end of the day, a little annoying, but it's totally fine. Play this in 3, we'll have 2 more lanes for different hunt minions. Doesn't really matter. We do have the laser now, though. Playing a little control. See, he controlled us 2 turns, which is probably good for his deck, running a control deck, but we really won both of those trades. One of them gave us a card, the other one was our 1-drop we're running in our deck, and his ultimate you know, superpower, which are always giving you more value than their cost. So definitely 2-1 trades. And again, we're also playing a control deck, so I think we're fine here. I would love to see a Gravebuster here, actually. Nice try. So it's got to be ground. We got the laser. You know, this will correct a trade against a Fig or something next turn. Cheese cutter laser looks really, really good here. Wouldn't be surprised at all to see Fig in lane 2. Paracup's a really strong card just standing on its own. You know, it has this thing, not even a fruit deck, but it just becomes a 6/5. It buffs itself when it transforms. So actually a really overpowered card. I'm really looking for the Galactic Cactus is in a weird spot right now. Really looking for exactly the correct deck for this. I think the key is to do it in a control deck, so Galactic Cactus is justified, not a tempo deck. But yep, he fed into the laser base alpha. We get 1 cost Sugary Treat, which is very awesome. So he uses Hothead, so he's got either Rain, Bubble, would probably be tempting for him, or Meteor. I think Meteor he uses, Rain he keeps, I think Bubble he uses there too. I'm going to assume that he's holding Rain now. Blowing this off the board could be good. You know, we have this second laser base alpha. I'd probably rather not use it though. You know, and then start triggering this. It would be nice to use it. I'm going to do it like this. It just gives us a little bit more options of what we do this turn. And again, with this on the board, the blow's probably always going to be okay. We really got to watch out for his Gravitry. It could turn this game upside down. Oh, that's annoying. Damn, I kind of wish I put this on ground. That laser base would be juicy right now. Yeah, so playing the healthy treat here and killing this over the course of 2 turns, it's kind of tempting. Probably just Line Dancing Zombie. I mean, he didn't cover this in, well, I can set up a second laser here. I think save the resources is going to be the best player. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a Gravitry this next turn on turn 6. Let's see what happens. Again, putting another big threat on this board. He probably doesn't have a team up to bring this. There's Blow. Also, we can go 1-3. We can just try to go for this entire play. He has another card he really has to Shamrock it. I think probably putting more pressure is better. And we'll see if we can get a blow here. But yeah, it really seems like he's holding... Did he use Meteor last turn on a Cheese Cutter? I don't remember. Did he use Meteor or Berry Blast? If he used Meteor, that was the superpower. I think he did use Meteor. If I was streaming, I would go back and rewind the YouTube stream, but whatever. Yeah, of all the things, maybe while I'm recording offline, I can really make more of a point to track opponent superpowers. I feel like I was doing it until I completely spaced out on what card he used in lane 2 last turn. I think it was Meteor. I don't think he's holding a superpower. I don't know, for some reason, he just didn't want to use it on the Line Dancing Zombie. We have a lot of damage on his face right now. I mean, honestly, yeah, Gravitry doesn't actually prevent him from dying, so I think the Spit Out is disconnected, and we're gonna... It's so much easier offline. It's so... Even with the Guardian Heroes, it's so much easier. And the fact that this deck is beating your, again, non-sniper, your average ranked Guardian decks with the, you know, again, running 1 or 2 Gravebusters in the deck, or at least getting 1 or 2 if they're running more. That's a really, really good sign, because now this deck just wrecks the Chump-Seal and the Rose, and it does decently against other things. Here's a Green Shadow, a Welcoming Sight. It's a little bit too greedy to keep all these. I think the Yeti is probably better than the Mug here. I don't really know. Let's look for a 2 or a 4. This is fine. Maybe I ditched the... Yeah, I probably ditched the Yeti there. We have so much late game. We have all these 5s and 6s. Probably even just downgrading to a Pogo or to a Extinction event or a cheese. There's so many better things in this deck than Yeti in our starting hand. Now I feel less bad. So we are gonna play this. Would I play this in mid? To prevent 5? It's so weird, but in exactly against Green Shadow against this deck, we want to extend the game. We're gonna, again, not a lot of grave removal, just Grave Flick and maybe Cool Bean. Not a whole lot that happens, so I think using this to potentially absorb 5 damage to face could be a good thing. There's Cheese. I guess because of Laser in our hand, we'll play that on ground as opposed to playing around Extinction event. Or Shrinking Violet. You guys know what I mean. Maybe I should have played it in 4. It's just the block meter is a little wonky then if he does nothing. Come on. Come on, get the dog. Come, doggy. Come, doggy. Yes! Good boy. Wait. He did not block the cheese cutter? Why not? Why does he need these limas? It's a Magic Beanstalk deck. I am befuddled. But this, he just doesn't understand how good Cheese Cutter is. But this hitting face is huge, man. Okay, we top deck Extinction event, which is crazy here. I might as well make it look like we don't have the Extinction event and commit the dog there. He really wanted that Lima Pleurodon to live. Not even in the water, just like, if he can get it in the water, like, it's still a bad play. But he wanted it just to be sitting on heights. Okay, because he had this play. He's really just trying to go for Magic Beanstalks. I guess that's the point of his deck. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry for ruining your entire plan. But Cheese Cutter's going to hit again. I mean, this is like throwing at this point. He's got, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 Magic Beanstalks in his deck. But we've got just so much card advantage. We're going to have board advantage too, because these are El Cheapo Grande. We do want there, of course, always to be board space. So we're just going to use Egg to proc the block, and then we'll either go for we'll go for Thinking Cap, or we can even just go for Laser. It looks like Laser is going to be better here. All right. I mean, look, there's a method to his madness, guys. The Laser is going to... Okay, well, that really answered our question. If he's running so Magic Beans, he's most definitely going for that. We are going to set up the Laser here, which is really good. Not only to make this trade happen, also potentially draw another card from Cheese Cutter, but we are just going to plop our Yeti right in there next turn and make all that 5 damage go face, so that is awesome. So yeah, pretty easy plays here. I also love that we got Grave Robber from that Egg, because we have a lot of gravestones coming up. Yeah, we don't care about the trades, we care about completely smushing his face with this. 5 + 7, if we play another Yeti next turn, we'll win. Hit another Grave Answer. Okay, that keeps him in the game, for sure. Dude, okay, alright. Bro got away with it, you know? Definitely not. Dies for free here. Damn, alright, so we're taking 5 on the chin. We'll be down to 9 with an Admiral on the board. That's not a very fun position to be with. In other news, if he doesn't have grave removal right now, we are almost going to win. If he plays one more minion that's not a... Again, and doesn't have another Grave Flick or Cool Bean. No! Or Leaf Blower. That was brutal. So should I be going for a greed play and not freeze here? So we'll be down to 5. He'll proc the block, and then he'll do 5. No, oh no. What are my superpowers? We could blow this one, but sitting even on 4 health with Admiral and these in hand, it's so unlikely that we live if we don't freeze here. Damn, that was harsh. It's our environment that gave him that too. Is he just running? He's just running Leaf Blower, man. I mean, at the end of the day, we have almost no chance of winning this. Because what are we supposed to do here? How are we going to do 12 before he does 9? Okay, so I guess we can pogo back. What am I supposed to bounce with the pogo? I'll give him magic beanstalk back? It doesn't make sense. The only... Okay, so we can maybe do something with thinking cap? This is a stretch, guys, but maybe thinking cap can save us. It's probably our best bet, right? Unless I go Yeti. I don't know. Okay, so we'll block the 4. We'll take 4. Oh, he has another. Okay. You know, I think the rule is if they have three grave removal cards, they're just gonna win. And this guy had it, counting freaking leaf blower. Get off my ass, bro. Yeah, it's guaranteed lethal. These 3 lanes always kill us no matter what. All right. Well done. We lost to the guy I was laughing at with the with the Lima Pleurodon play, and we extinction evented said Limas, but he got a lot of magic beanstalks shuffled towards the top of his deck, so that is fine. Yes, it's Rose. All right. This is what we've come here to do today, guys. Yep, so the dog, way better than the cheese. You don't even really need the cheese cutter in this matchup. Bruh. The other thing we're just looking for is Pogo Mug. I think I'll keep Extinction to be able to deal with, like, some weird Twin Sunflower plus Little Buddy play. But it's always dog on 1. Heights, ground, doesn't really matter. I mean, maybe I'll just Cheese Cutter Galvanize now that we got the tempo play rolling. He go to fight our dog. Love to see it. So, as much as I want to play Cheese Cutter, the problem is he can develop Twin Sunflower really easily. And the fact he hated that dog is a pretty sure sign that the opponent's running ramp. We can deal with double Sunny Shroom, and we can deal with Twin Sunflower using this extinction event here. Just stalling one more turn, because then, you know, we'll just have one more turn until Pogo after that, which is awesome. Because, like, even on turn 3, develops 1. Can you put a second one? Can you? Come on. I wanted it. I wanted to see it. The cool thing about Cheese Cutter Galvanize, rolled a 1, nice, is the fact that he might be tempted to play his Sunny Urshroom here to block the Cheese Cutter from drawing. This probably should have gone on Heights to play around the Shrinking Violet. It's fine. We can still take out Sunny Shroom. Alright, so let's Galvanize Senor Goat and start killing Rose with her own child. I'm not really sure about their relationship. It's confusing. Oh, yeah, it's a clear Pogo. Great Pogo. I love to save the Pogo for later for turn 8, but we gotta keep this. We got the tempo on our side, we gotta keep it rolling. And the opponent smelled the Pogo and decided not... Okay. Alright. Decided to play that. That goes back to 2 costs. He played it for 1 because it's from Cross Pollination. Costs 1 less. A fruit. But now it goes back into his hand. It'll become cost 2 again. So that's awesome. If he thought it was Pogo, just hold it. I guess he just didn't have anything. So this is a decision. We don't know the opponent's going to make a play this turn. Line Dancing Zombie Extinction event's pretty good. It means we'll have Yeti for a later threat turn. Yeti's pretty damn good here, though. If the opponent passes, then this play is always better. If the opponent does nothing here, or just does a removal play, it could just have a removal play. Alright. After much deliberation, I decided to Yeti on turn 5. Oh, a million IQ play, I know, right? No! Looks like Line Dancing Zombie would have been slightly better. Yeah, it totally would have. And then we have the Yeti for the dragon later. It's a whole thing. The good news is, though, is that the opponent might just brain Anna here, and we're kind of going to win. Oh, someone is testing the Twitch chat. Shh. They're going to be in the video. He doesn't even know because I'm not streaming. He just said, hey. Damn it. Rose is saving the Grey Flick past the Yeti. Oh my gosh. And then he got Reincarnation From where? It's a Kabloom card. So he got Reincarnation as his other flower from the cross-pollination and got Wingnut. It doesn't, we don't running laser base, so the Wingnut, it's not that important that he got that. The opponent does know that we played a 6-drop because they saw after, you know, that Grave Flake, when it became our turn, our brains went to 0. So that's annoying. 4 and 3 we can play. I think it's just still a laser beam would be really sad here because that would actually trade really well. But I think setting this up now and then doing the Yeti next turn and then the Pogo the turn after that to deal with Dragon, I think this is going to be the way. Probably Pogo first, actually, if we get away with this Gargolith. Can we not get Grave Flicked again, please? I mean, it could very well be the best deck right now is to run Rose and then run literally 4 Grave Flicks to counter Gravestones. It's unfortunate. People don't run Grave Flick as much as Grave Buster because they can replay it next turn, but it's such a giant tempo play. Like, why not? In other news, the opponent's down to 2 is getting their... is getting drained. Absolutely drained. So we can just do both of these. Why not? And again, there's no Blockbuster. Unless he pulls it out of a cross-pollination. No, it's a root. It's not a flower. I mean, we got this guy. There's no number of... There's no... He doesn't have 3. Certainly does not going to top deck 2 more Grape Flicks, right? But yeah, Rose with Grape Flicks is the thing, man. It's the line dancing zombie that's actually going to go for the big finish here, which is awesome. And we will see the concede. No, we won't. But we're 6-1, guys. Hell yeah. Another Rose bites the dust. That's what this is all about. All right. Here's game 8. This will be the last one. And another Rose. Yes! I just want the video to fulfill its purpose. That's all I want. This is a fine hand. I'd love to have Dog instead of this. If we get, by the way, exactly Dolphinado, I would play that instead of the Cheese Cutter. All right, let's see if we get punished here by the sunny Sunshroom. Did not have it. Love to see it. But yeah, we're really, unless he reads this line dancing zombie, we're really good against Ramp here. Really, really good. Nothing. I like playing this in 4 because it just looks a little bit more like a Imp Commander, like a couple other things that like to be in lane 4. This so doesn't matter. There's no extinction event ever because we're just gonna Pogo and Mug. It's so strong. My loneliness is killing me now. There's no way you line dancing there. You got it because of the Mug. It's just pure tempo. Damn, he's actually getting this back. Well, there's 2 reasons he's getting it back. That's fine. Totally fine. So we'll Mug on the ground because we have a laser base coming up. I would love if the Mug stayed first. But yeah, it's just a tempo play, man. He does have that Kernel pull left. Of course not. So 2, proc the block, most likely. We'd love one more late game card. K. Weird choice. Now I have a weird choice. Do I want 5 damage? I think I want... Maybe doing 5 to his face is better than doing 2. This also removes a lot of tempo. Like, the Wingnut's not... You know, it'll be a 3-5. It doesn't really matter. Okay, well, we just top decked this, so... That's awesome. I think I'm going to play around exactly Cuke for next turn. And play this on Heights, even though we do have Acid Rain in hand. And Colonel Pult is gone, so that's not going to be in play next turn. Just have Rescue Radish. Oh my gosh, it's so sad. So which one of these do we do? I don't really like him getting Ketchup back, because that can kind of keep him in the game. On the other hand, though, well, all right, this is as good of an acid rain. All right, so now we'll be able to get 3 damage max. M.U.G into Mini Ninja. No, too bad. Okay, so I could have I could have gotten more damage both of those turns. I'm really opting to make the tempo play. It's gonna be line dancing for sure here. Stronger card, playing around Cuke, and we still can laser somewhere to correct the trade. Laser is also a pretty good card against Dragon. Just guarantees everything goes face. That's extremely weak. Shrinking Violet. Haha, you missed, bro. See ya. Alright, so we'll save the laser. This is probably as good of an extinction as we'll get. Just means this goes down to only 1 attack. I don't think I'm going to be able to really use that once these dragons start coming out, and they're coming. Can we roll? Oh, wish we could block a little bit better there. We'd have the opponent down to like 1 hit. It would have been down to 4 and then proc the block, so it would have just been a little easier than 7. So here's either M.U.G or Freeze, okay? Weed Whack was used? Was Weed Whack used? Goat was used. Freeze was used. Was Weed Whack used? I don't remember. We're very likely seeing the Dragon. Dragon will probably just go here, right? If he Dragon's here, then I'll laser, which is damage. He's probably just Dragon in 2. And this freeze matters because now we can't kill the dragon with the laser. Or it doesn't have dragon. It seems like a really obvious play if you have a dragon in your hands, but looks like you might not have it. Cobb? Cobb. So I guess he kills the 2-1. It's not a great Cobb, kinda. Kills the goat. Why? The other problem is, do I want to do 2 damage here? I mean, 2 plus 5 would win. I think I need to set up one of these. I have 2 in hand. I gotta set one up. Do I want to do 2 damage, though? The only thing that would kill him in 1 shot is 7. I guess if I don't do 2, I can't kill him with 3 and then 3 from somewhere. I think we do the 2 damage here. And again, this also does sets up now a lane for a Yeti to win. Gargolith would at least have an environment to be played in. These are not the most useful cards here. There's the Yeti, though. So it's 5. Probably laser, because even if he doesn't cover this environment and he blocks, we're still set up for, you know, this will work as an environment in case he has one. Yeah, or it'll just set up another shot for next turn, so that's awesome. He's not even thinking about the Yeti, because he knows he's Omae wa mu shindiru. Might as well save this now for next turn in case he blocks here. Should have him. Come on. Okay. So that's going to be Transmogrify. Next turn is going to be Transmogrify. We got bricked with our lasers. We do have 5, 2, and 3 here now, though, which is pretty awesome. So the one I really want to hunt is actually this one. I mean, I guess I should just put all 3 on the ground, right? The dragon would go in 1. Just the dragon couldn't go here. He's gonna M.U.G this. We know that. I guess we want all 3 on the ground because the M.U.G minion plus this going face will win. And the one I really want to stay on the ground is the... I mean, I'm playing into Cuke. I'll play into Cuke. But this laser base alpha, I think even against a dragon, between the M.U.G minion and lane 2 going face with the strike through, we should have him here. There's the M.U.G. Please don't do anything crazy. We got a card, which is very cool. Okay. Slightly less cool. So he's going to drag lane 2. So we still got him in lane 4. There's another Wingnut, which would actually, well, Area 22 would win here. Oh no, it wouldn't, because this one would live. This is a really good example of where Laser Base is better than Area, and we got him. He got another Rose. Yes. He was running Ramp. He just didn't really get it. Yes, yes. All right, guys. Well, that could not have gone any better. We beat 3 Roses, and we beat all but one of the Guardian. It was all Rose and oh no, we actually beat all the Guardians too. We lost to a Green Shadow who was running an all-out Magic Beanstalk deck. I guess I have to do. I got lucky. How many Magic Beanstalks did he get? Nah, I don't have to make that deck. I should probably try it again. All that Magic Beanstalk is fun. But anyway, guys, that was the We Hate Rose, the anti-Rose deck that, yeah, seems to, anyway, I mean, besides for the things that it's aiming at the meta to counter, this is anyway a really good deck. It's more or less just a teched version of the Lockout deck, you know, the control mid-range Brain Freeze that we've been running ever since the tournament. And this deck also settled the debate of what do you run on turn 1 together with Nibble. Do you run Cheese Cutter and Dog in this one? Just because of where the meta with the Sun Shrooms, this deck does both, which is awesome. Guys, thank you so much for watching. That's definitely going on YouTube. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. This is Fry.